But yeah, it has a lot of positives going for it. Or at least it did. Now let me look this up because I was actually interested. Let's see. Yeah. So those first 2 months, because they started in February of 2017. So third chapter didn't release till May. So it releases, it's one of the first big games to ever be on Game Jolt, which is like an itch.io competitor, right? So it comes out, blows up, right? It blows up because it's another like made for kids kind of horror game. Kids eat that shit up. And over the course of 2 months, like people start eating the game up. Like the chapter initially released for free. Chapter 1 released for free in February of 2017. And then the DLC was $6. And people bought that up. People bought the shit out of chapter 2. And I think this happened. And I'll show you this. That caused this. All of this. Like all the shirts, all the toys, all of this. Like this stuff that we were pointing out earlier, all this stuff, you literally, the moment you walk in to chapter 3, they're everywhere. Everything that is on the shelves you can buy in this store. And look, they're literally like sold out. They're literally sold out still. This is still pumping money. This is a money machine. Look at this. This is sold out. The Boris is the good boy. This is sold out. It's fine. So this is sold out. Like they're still selling out products. And from the moment you enter chapter 3 and it's just a store, and that's the first thing you see, I think that is why, I think from that point on, that's the slope. Boris the action figure, sold out. Bendy action figure, sold out. Like, that's where everything went down, like downhill. Am I too late? Yeah, we finished the game.
Am I too late?
We finished.
Too sad.
We finished the game. I'm sorry. And you even had a double chance. We had a game-breaking glitch that made us redo an hour and a half of the game progress. But we'll get to that. We're just talking about how we feel about the game right now. Yeah, this is like, hold on. Let's see. Walmart. Bendy and the ink machine. Look at this. Look at this stuff. No, obviously not the games, but let's go shopping. Look at this. Walmart. At your local Walmart. Look at all the merch in your local Walmart. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that. Let's do Target. People like Target if they don't like Walmart. Look what they got at Target. Look, they got little costumes at Target. Look at that. Isn't that cute? The employee handbook. Oh, look at Boris. Look at Boris. This is what the game became about. Just like Poppy Playtime. Poppy Playtime toys. The second thing that came up. Same thing with Poppy Playtime. Look at this. The moment the game even got slightly popular, it was like, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it. That's all they give a shit about. And that's why in the middle of chapter 3 is where we started having issues. That's why we started to have issues. That's the moment they started shoving the merchandise in your face in the game. It's where the game started having bugs. It's where the gameplay started getting boring. And the game never really recovers after chapter 3. Like, when that's all that matters. When that's all that matters to you. It's clear to see why it goes downhill. And that's why Poppy failed. That's why Poppy got fucked up. The merch comes to the integrity of the IP. Exactly, Atoto. Exactly. I can go on, let's see. Capcom Resident Evil merch. Let's see how much they have. Look. Resident Evil, Capcom store. Look at all this cool stuff. All this cool stuff. Look at this, and I don't feel any. Oh man, they're out of the wall scrolls. That's what I would want. But yeah, like I look at all this, and I'm like, hell yeah, because the games are good, and the games all this came after the games. Wait, there's a Joe Rubber. Look at it! Look at that little Joe Rubber. Look at that little chill rubber ducky. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, look at look at her. She looks so fierce. But yeah, like, I have such a positive reaction to this because the games are good, right? This came after the games. Bendy made 2 chapters that kicked ass, made a lot of money for their friend, made a lot of money for themselves, and they just kind of like, it's clear that pushing merch became the new, like, thing that you did after chapter 2. And it's very clear that, like, that's what took priority. And here's the thing. I can yell about this till I'm blue in the face. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because they're incredibly rich. You know they are. They are incredibly rich now. You know they don't give a shit. You know they don't care. They are rich. They are as rich as can fucking be, and they're gonna sail into the sunset, and it's not gonna be an issue. They are set for life. I can get mad. I'm just some fucking weirdo streamer that's streaming at fucking almost 3 a.m. and that's it. Like, my opinion doesn't matter. And a lot of people have shit on them for being corporate, like, greed asses. Just like we shit on the Poppy guys for it. But here's the shitter. They're making money, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Fucking Poppy's Playtime just put out their chapter 2 on mobile. Or they're about to, I think. Poppy Playtime chapter 2 mobile. It's this week. It's coming out this week. Did it just come out? Hold on. This is 6 days ago. Okay, I don't know. But anyways, like, they don't give a shit. The trains are still a-going because as long as there's somebody gullible enough to like go to the mall and buy the stupid Huggy Wuggy for their fucking kid, like, it doesn't matter if it's quality. It doesn't matter if the game barely fucking functions as long as something's cute in there. Chapter 3 already? Oh yeah, baby. Money train. Gotta give those NFT bros their fucking money because they dived into crypto. Poppy's Playtime NFTs. They tried to sell NFTs for this. NFT digital collectibles. We're the new kids on the block in the indie horror space and making a big splash. Fans have been quick to connect with Chapter 1 of Poppy's Playtime. Working tirelessly to give them Chapter 2, we also want to give the audience engaged in the meantime. Hold on, for those of you that have bad eyesight or watching on mobile. With that in mind, we are proud to present our first line of digital collectibles. Digital collectibles. Alongside the opportunity to own a piece of the game that's been horrifying fans across the world, these collections will stay true to our love for puzzles. Collect the first 6 posters, lock the 7th for a chance to solve the puzzle, and dive deeper into Playtime Co. and Poppy Playtime. 30,000 prints of an NFT. 30,000. 30,000. Now they backed out of this, I'm pretty sure. NFTs are so stupid? I agree, Drogon. I 100% agree. No, thanks for the follow too, friend. I appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Let's see. I'm pretty sure they backed out of it. Poppy's Playtime NFTs. Let's just see. Regrets NFT ties. There we go. Non-fungible tokens were released for the game in December. Oh my god, that's a huge statement. Well, let's read this. Let's read this. Let's see. Yeah, everyone, most just concerns, but we are unspoken sooner, and the internet can be unforgiving and jump on hate bandwagons. What the fuck is that? You see that at the top? Jump on hate bandwagons. Jump on hate bandwagons. What the fuck is that? Jump on hate bandwagons. So, in hindsight, failing to address the controversies made it appear as if we didn't care about your guys' criticism. So for that, we're deeply sorry. Regarding the Poppy Playtime NFTs, I want to say that we regret making them. We regret the way we tied the lore to the NFTs themselves. Above all that, we're sorry. Let's see, at the time, people were into it, not our intention. Near the launch of an NFT, several employees expressed concern starting an NFT collection due to the same concerns that our fans have. At the time, we thought that a reasonable course of action was to work with a company called Sweet.io which mints NFTs on Polygon and blockchain framework. They use less than 1% of energy required. It's just not as bad. Shut up. God. That being said, we decided to donate all the money we made off our NFTs to Clean Air Task Force. That one day it'll be behind us. Hopefully this addresses our concerns surrounding mob games. We have learned from our mistakes. We are better for it. Ultimately, no one who worked on Poppy Playtime was involved in any of these controversies. It's not fair to the group. Incredibly talented team of passionate artists who poured their heart into making the game possible. Okay. This is just like, it's just like especially this first thing he says, where it's like, we know because the internet can be so unforgiving and to jump on hate bandwagons. Bro, you... Okay, I'm gonna explain something to you. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my actions, if you mint NFTs, you minted 30,000 of them. That was on your website. You minted 30,000 of those motherfuckers. You minted 30,000 NFTs, which you knew were bad because you worked with a company to try to make it less bad. We see that down here. We worked with Sweet.io, which mints NFTs on their Polygon, a blockchain framework that uses less than 0.1. You knew it was bad. You were just trying to make it less bad. You fucking knew. You knew what the fuck you were doing. You just tried to make it better. Not so bad, you know? You knew that was gonna get you kicked in the shitter. It's like when you take a plea deal, you're not absolving yourself of guilt. You're just agreeing to a lighter sentence to help the government out, you know, to help law enforcement out. That's all you're doing. They're acting like, because they're like, oh well, we went and talked to how we could make NFTs that were slightly not as bad, that were better, that were good. It's like, no, like, you're not absolved of guilt because you tried to do it like, if I like if somebody kicks a puppy, they're a shitty human being. If they only like, if I didn't kick the puppy, I stuck my foot under him and lifted him up in the air. It wasn't a kick. It was more of like a shove with my foot. Like, bro, you're still abusing an animal. Like, what is this? What is this logic of like, oh, well, we still printed the NFTs, but we consulted with someone who made it not as bad. It's like, what? Just don't fucking do it. Just don't fucking do it. How about that? Is that so crazy? Just don't do it. Thumbnails look to targeted kids. Yep. Let's see. What is their merch store looking like? Mob Games merch store. Oh my god, look at it. There. Oh my god, 10% off my order. Oh my god. NFTs. Back to school. Look at this. Back to school. Back to school. Mommy, can you buy me NFTs? Can you get me on the blockchain? $70, $40, $15. What's going on, Avex? We're talking about, we've gone down a rabbit hole of like, we just finished a playthrough of Bendy and the Ink Machine, and we're going down a rabbit hole talking about like the shittiness of made for kids horror games. Now it's just a big cash cow, a very soulless, greedy cash cow. Hi, friends. Hopefully you're doing well. $20 pencil pouch. Oh my god, it's Kissy Missy, dude. She's so mysterious in this plot. You don't know. She's like helping you. It's weird. Like, holy shit. These are in the mall. This is what Jason was talking about. These sell these plushies at little stalls in the mall. Like, literally, the moment chapter 1 of this game released, it was like the store was already ready. And if you go back and you watch my original playthrough of chapter 1 of Poppy's Playtime, I comment on this at the end of the game. I'm like, dude, the store was ready with the launch of the game. Like, holy shit. Like, holy shit. Skissy Missy for like once in chapter 2, there's so much merch. Or yeah, because she's mysterious, dude. She helped you. And she's the girl version of the bad guy. Yeah, she's crazy, man. Here's a creepy, but not creepy enough to steer kids away from it. So Bendy and Huggy Wuggy are the main things you see on Roblox. Exactly. Literally exactly. And they don't care because look at, they're making look, $30 for this plush, $30 for this plush, $70 for this plush. Like, they're making bank off of this, and it doesn't matter how many people hate it because they're making money. They literally printed NFTs and they're still going. And this apology that they made is tongue-in-cheek. Like, they're being passive-aggressive the whole fucking way. They're not actually apologizing. They're just like, man, we got caught, and it sucks. I guess we gotta stop. Like, that's what they're saying instead. Like, oh my lord. Like, this is like 60, like, this is $55 for a hoodie that barely has any, like, merchandising on it. Do you know if Huggy Wuggy's real? I don't even know about this game. It's another, like when I played Poppy's Playtime Chapter 2, my game crashed in a game-breaking way 8 separate occasions. Like, I had 8 game-breaking bugs that I had to restart. Clearly, quality was not what they were interested in. This is what they're interested in. Look at it. Look at how much stuff they have already. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane. Listen, look at this. This is like unironically a well-designed t-shirt. Like, look at this. And look at the default, by the way. Youth men. Look at it. Okay. Youth is the default. It's not for adults. Like, and this is unironically a well-designed t-shirt. Like, this looks good. Like, you could rock this out in public and it would look nice. Like, this was planned. Get bullied if you buy Poppy Playtime merch. Well, it's like the FNAF way, right? But the difference was FNAF was a good game. Like, FNAF games are unironically good. Okay, Security Breach was terrible. But most of the FNAF games actually are quality. Like, they're actually fun games. But, like, now people are trying to, like, replicate FNAF by, like, because essentially what they want to do is they want the merch empire that FNAF has. But look at this. Like, they want all of this without making the good games. That's what they want. They want all of this without making the games first. They want to skip right to it. Right to the core. Right to the core. They want to skip right to this part. They want to skip right to this. Yeah, they wanted to skip straight to this stuff. They wanted to skip straight to the merge. They want to skip straight to making the money without making the good game first, which is why you have this is why you have chapter 2 of Poppy's Playtime barely functioning and having so many game-breaking bugs. And this is equally why you have the latter half of Bendy the Ink Machine being so bad, or going downhill and being incredibly mess, because this is where they rolled all this shit out. It's merch at the expense of the quality of the game, right? And it's greedy, and it's morally corrupt. And they don't care. Like, they don't care. What is this? They're making another one, aren't they? Bendy sequel. They're making another one, aren't they? Like, we've been talking about it in the Dark Revival. Dark Revival. 8 members. As of 2022, they started this year. They don't care. They're just gonna make more shit, right? The wheel keeps turning. It doesn't matter how mad we get. The wheel keeps turning. The wheel keeps turning. We can say, like, they're gonna put together here for those of you on mobile. They're gonna, like, the spokes on the wheel keep turning. Like, we're not, like, us getting mad isn't gonna change anything, which sucks, because we want good games. Like, yeah, people out here making, like, Mortuary Assistant, which is a wonderful game. I had my frustrations with that game, but, like, that game is awesome and great and creative. But, like, that shit gets stifled because so many devs are gonna like want to go. They want this now. This is the new top of the hill, right? This is the new top of the hill. This is the new peak of the mountaintop. This is the new mountaintop. This shit up here. It's not about making a good game anymore that a lot of people love to play. It's not about that anymore. Let's look up Mortuary Assistant merch. Let's look this up. Oh, there's it's on the DreadX XP store, which DreadX does a lot of indie horror stuff. Okay, we got one shirt. Okay, do we got anything? We have 4 items. 4. We have 4 items for this incredible game. 4. Let's look at Bendy. Look at this. And this is only one section. Can we look at all? Can we look at everything they have? This is just toy section. Look at it. Look at all this shit. And this is just the categories. Look at all the categories. Mortuary Assistant just came out. Wonderful, fantastic game. 4 things. A sticker, a shirt, and 2 posters. Look at this. Look at the fucking empire. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, it's like this tiny game that was just like made really well. It's got 4 things. They're not interested in the money. They're interested in quality. This, it's very clear. Look at this. Look at how far I have to scroll down before I hit the bottom, and there's an extra pages. Whoa! Like it's an endless stream. It's so crazy. It's nutty, dude. I love Bendy stuff, but like, what? I'm not like saying like you need to stop or you're doing something more wrong. But like, you keep the mission. This is what we're talking about. Like, this is like, you know, the case in point is like the spokes on the wheel are gonna keep going. They make their money. They don't give a shit that their shit isn't quality. They don't give a fuck. Like, as long as they have people that just go, well, that looks cool, I'll buy it. Like, they don't care. They don't care. They really don't. That's a mobile game, Bendy Nightmare Run. Ah, gotcha. Oh, due to Canadian case privacy. Oh, so we literally don't know what it's about. I'm an idiot. I just can't read. So we don't know what it's about. Yeah, yeah, but the people that make the merchandise, the merch, are suing the other people. Yo, Cyber, thank you so much for the follow, friend. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Just another spook on the wheel. I know, I'm getting into punk language here. Yeah, it's like they don't give a fuck. Like, they don't care. You know? They don't give a shit. They're gonna keep making the money in spite of us, and they don't want to make they don't care if they make a good game because, you know, the fucking snot-nosed Timmy who's still eating his fucking boogers, the guy who's still eating his boogers and still gonna ask for this. Like, they're gonna ask for these things. You know, it's like we can't do shit. But this is just depressing. Like, it hurts my soul because I want more games like this. I want more games like Mortuary Assistant. That, like, somebody put a lot of passion and thought into this and made a really, really good quality game because they wanted to make a good quality game. Like literally, we had a friend when we first played the demo for Mortuary Assistant that was sitting here telling me like, whoa, because they're in college to be like an actual mortician. They're telling me like, oh, that's pretty accurate. That's like actually something I learned about. And like, that sort of stuff's so cool. And then you can feel this game was made with passion. And there's some aspects of it were frustrating. Like, it was made with passion and it's a good game. And like, you can tell by just looking at this that was the priority, was just making a cool game. You know? Whereas this, it's just like, how many fucking designs can I make? How many things can I make to make money? You know, and that's just, it's a bad direction, is what I'm trying to say. It's a bad direction. You know, it's a bad direction. Shows the bystander, like, if no one else does anything, does it really matter if I do? Yeah. And this is the point. This is like, it's a bad direction. You endorse the direction, right? Because if you want more games like this, and not like Bendy, where I literally had to play an hour and a half of the game again because of a game-breaking bug that has been in the game. When I Googled that, by the way, let's see. Bendy save game bug. Look. This is 2019. 2019. This is the remastered version of the game. This has been in the game for 3 fucking years. That bug that we ran into that made us redo an hour and a half of content, that's been in the game for 2 fucking years. That's a huge bug, man. That's a huge deal. It's just been in the game for years. Because they're too focused on this shit. This is all they care about. This is all they care about. This is all they care about. That's what this right here is all they care about. And that's like how that, this is what, but like, this is the dark side of that, right? And it's because this is what they care about instead. And you can say like, oh, well, like, I'm not telling you to like change your mind and do something like crazy, but I am saying if you endorse this, if you say it doesn't matter, it just looks cool, like, that's fine. That's your own prerogative. But you are going to endorse more hour-and-a-half bugs, more shitty unfinished. You're going to endorse NFTs by these bozos by doing that. And it, you know, as an adult with your own money, I can't tell you what you do. I wish I could. I can strongly suggest and huff and puff about it, but I really can't control what you do. But that's how we get NFTs for mob games. That's how we get games that have game-breaking bugs last for 2 years, because it doesn't matter financially for them. They don't care. As long as they're making their money, they don't care. Making merch for the game rather than actually making a good game? Yeah. Yeah. Why am I so glad I never played these games? Well, like, that's what I'm saying, is like, a lot of these are really good designs. Like, Rocky's not wrong. A lot of these are cool. Like, that's a cool shirt. Like, you can't tell me that doesn't look good. That's what we were talking about with the Bendy situation. Yo, thanks, Jaden. Thanks so much for the follow, friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for following, bud. Yeah, like this is like we were talking about with the Poppy situation. Like that's legitimately a cool looking shirt. Do I still have this shirt up? No, this is the yeah, I don't have their site anymore, but that's like legitimately a cool shirt. Like that would be cool to wear. Like that looks awesome. Once again, look, by the way, same thing we noticed with Poppies. The first option are like it's all kid shirts. Like it's set default to youth. It's set default to youth. It's not set to adults. It's set to youth by default. Which, you know, that is actually a cool shirt. But like you're sipping the Kool-Aid. That's the point. You've been tricked, right? Like that's like you go, ah ha ha, cool shirt. But meanwhile, the game has a game-breaking bug that has been in the game for 2 years, and they haven't fixed it. You know? Bugs that are notoriously, like I didn't run into a lot of bugs in chapter 3, but everybody still has issues with chapter 3 in terms of bugs. For 2 years! For 2 years! Like, it's because this is what they're focusing on instead. This stuff. Like, that's just... Like, that's what you endorse. Like I say, I can't jump through the screen and like twist your arm. But I'm saying, what I will warn you is this is what you endorse when you say, it's fine, this designs are cool. You know? That's what you endorse. When you say, I don't care, the designs are cool. That's what you endorse. You endorse 3-year-old bugs that literally break the game that they don't plan to fix because it's not financially viable for them. Because this is what matters. And as long as you keep voting with your dollar and telling them, yeah, you're right, bud. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Sorry for smacking the mic. Yeah, you're right, bud. Yeah, you're right. That really doesn't matter. That's what you're doing. You're saying, yeah, good job. Good job, Joey Drew Studios. Good job. You did it. You're patting him on the back for doing a terrible job. And if you're cool with that, I don't agree with you, but that's your life. That's your life, your money. Vote with your dollar. But that's what you're voting for. I assume a lot of people like things like Bendy, not because they even play themselves, because a favorite YouTuber did Let's Play. That's what I was talking about earlier. And for those of you who just joined the soapbox, I talked about this earlier at mid-game. I'm like, I am sincerely sorry that the YouTube algorithm rewards just unrelenting positivity, right? I'm sorry that the YouTube algorithm just eats up unrelenting positivity, but that's not reality. I'm sorry that your favorite YouTuber lied to you. They may not have lied directly. They may not have said something that was directly untruthful, but they leave out stuff like game-breaking bugs. They leave out stuff like them getting frustrated at the game. You get one sentence of, oh yeah, I ran into a little bit of problems, but now we're back. Like, and it's gone in a sentence. And that's it. Because because you know what's even better? You know what would have been better for me? You know how many people probably tuned in just to watch Bendy? Like probably just looking up the Bendy because, you know, it's like the same thing with when I played FNAF. Like a lot of people just came to stream just to watch me play FNAF who just are surfing the category on Twitch. Yeah, people probably got really disappointed and left my stream because I didn't like the game. I could go back through and watch my view count just switch the longer the game went on, the more especially after I got to chapter 3. I can probably see the exact moment a lot of people started leaving, and it's probably when I started criticizing the game. Rightfully so, but it's when I started criticizing the game. And that's it. This is the awful truth. And I'm just telling you this because I know the back end. Because I am affiliate, I am YouTube partner. I do get paid for both of those things. That is money I lost. They may have subbed to me. They may have tipped bits if I was super happy and positive about the game. That's money lost. And that's why YouTubers lie to you. That's why YouTubers are so positive. That's why YouTubers cut out all that stuff. Because it is quite literally money lost for them to dislike something most of the time. It really is. If you're too harsh on something that people like, you lose money. So it is literally monetary positivity. It is monetary positivity. But I don't care about that. I just want better games. I want more games like Murder Assistant because Murder Assistant was cool. More than Bendy and the Ink Machine. Like, that's what I want. But that is such a toxic thing for the community. And let's be real here. Let's Plays are already dying. Let's be 100 here. Let's Plays are already dying, if not basically dead. Who is popular on YouTube for Let's Plays besides the people who were popular back in the day? That era is gone. That era is gone, and it's getting buried even deeper when you just pretend like you just rose-colored glasses and just, you know, shield yourself from all this stuff. Like, any honest criticism is not really, it is. It really is. It really is. You can't be critical because somebody who wanted to support and followed you, who's just like brainwashed into all this stuff, wanted to hear you say good things, and they don't give you support because they didn't hear the things they wanted to hear. So if you're more agreeable, it's just like it's like with anything, really. It's like the more agreeable you are and the more of a doormat you are, the farther you go. And it's the same thing with the YouTube game, with the content creation game. It's like the less you criticize stuff, the more friends you make, and those friends give bits, they sub, they give donations, they give gift subs. Like that, like that's why they manipulate you. And it's crappy because to you, to them, you're just a dollar sign, right? To them, you're just a dollar sign. So they're willing to look past this stuff or cut it out when they shouldn't, because the bottom dollar is what matters, though, and that sucks. That sucks for you guys. No offense, Bran, but why do you play these games? You know they're going to be like this. Why suffer the bugs and shit? Because people ask me to. People ask me to. It goes up into the horror every Saturday suggestion. Every Saturday suggestion is suggested. It's put up there, and it's voted in, and it won this week, so I play it. And it's voted in by people. He can literally still say no. I could, but like, what does that matter? Like, what is your angle? Like, I played the game, and it was what I thought it was. It actually surprised me. It had 2 really good chapters. I thought the corporate greed was going to kick in a lot earlier. And so I liked it more than I thought I would. But it did, you know, what everybody said about it, which was it turns into corporate greed and it starts to suck, right? And I don't think, like, what is the point of me saying no? Like, the game is still going to be that way, right? Like, me, you know, doing this and not playing it or not watching it, like, doesn't change the fact that they made these decisions and these were the things that they prioritized. Like, these are still the things that this is still what matters the most to them. Me being ignorant to that doesn't change anything. Example, if you vote for a president, the government can still say, no, we don't like them, they have bad history, people picked them, they still got to be put in the office. Yeah, it's just like I don't get the angle of, like, you know, I should say no and just not play the game, right? Like if you vote for it and you put it in, like, art is meant to be enjoyed, right? And some art is bad, and some art does have bad backstories to it. That is important to how you view it, and that stuff's just as important. Just as important. Like, I don't understand why I shouldn't play something that people voted for, even if it has a bad backstory. If it has something like skeletons in its closet, like this, you know, like, if anything, we wouldn't even be having the conversation we had now if I didn't play it, you know. Then we wouldn't even be having this important conversation right now about, like, you know, putting greed over quality and the mass corporate greed that follows behind it with, like, the NFTs and the merchandise shoving and all this stuff, which is, I think, overall bad for the indie community, because people like who made Order Assistant? It's not DreadX XP. So Darkstone Digital, like, I want more games like people like Darkstone Digital that make games that, like, are good and are high quality and really do well. I want more of that. And these are in direct opposition. Especially this bozo, it's in direct opposition to people like Darkstone Digital. Because it is more appealing to make something you can make bank on than something that's actually good. And I think that's why I get upset. You know? That's why I get upset. Because I would rather have a really, really cool game made with heart and passion by someone who really cares about making a good product than somebody who just wants to sell merch and the game suffers as a result. Why did I deal with a bug that erased an hour and a half of my progress that has been in the game for three years? And I was just like at the top. I was just at the top of my search bar. Why is a bug that's been in the game for 3 years that literally destroys your progress up until that point for literally hours of progress? Why is that still in the game 3 years later? I don't want more games like that. I want games like this where I had 0 bugs and was really high quality. And I think that like they're in direct opposition with each other. So I will gladly, even if I get frustrated on stream, gladly play the whole game and go like, yeah, that actually wasn't great. You know, that actually, I feel like they put, especially with Poppy's playtime, put sales and money over the quality of the game. Because then I can, with full experience of the game, go, yeah, that's exactly what that is. Because I can sit on it, I can sit on a pedestal and be like, oh yeah, Poppy plays time really looks like it's a make money game quality later. But I don't know that if I didn't play it. But I played this, and I know for sure that's what happened. Same thing with Bendy's. I actually played Bendy's, and I'm like, yeah, that is, people are right. People are right about that. And I know that firsthand now. I have firsthand experience. I go, yeah, that is what happened there. They did prioritize this, and it seems clear. So, yeah, if I could wrap this up into like one succinct saying, I want more games like this that are made with love, made with quality, and really care about putting out something that wows the community and wows the consumer base than something that, you know, just only puts out 2 good chapters and then just says, ah, screw it, let's just make a money-making cash cow. Because Poppy's came after Bendy's. And Bendy's came after FNAF. Or before, or after, yeah. Bendy's came after FNAF. I said that correctly. So what's going to be the next game? What's gonna happen in late 2022, early 2023? What's going to be the next like game that I get suggested and I go to play it and it's just like, oh well, that was fun at the beginning, but then now it's just garbage, and then I Google this stuff and I go, oh well, I wonder what's going on with Poppy's playtime. Well, why was the game so bad? And then it's just like, oh, here we go. Let's merchandise empire. Wow, look at that. That's why. And then I see this and I'm like, oh god, not this crap again. Like, how many more times is this gonna happen? Sorry for people who were who liked the darker screen. But like, how many times am I gonna run into this? What's the next game? Because the cycle's gonna keep going. The cycle's gonna keep going as long as we enable it. Like as long as the money works, the money keeps flowing. This is gonna keep happening. This is gonna keep going. There's the bug in chapter 3 that would make you have to restart the entire chapter since chapter 3 came out. Is it still in the game? Because that's ridiculous. For me, if a company makes the game, then it tries to make movies you tend not to watch. It's just a money grab. Often it is. Not one for one, but often it is. You have to design the merch? Yeah, and it sucks because like if the game was just quality too, I would be like literally like I'm gonna be real. Chapter 2 is where I was introduced to Boris. Like Boris is like my favorite character from this game. And in chapter 2, I was like, this is cool. This is awesome. And like there was a Boris thing I looked at earlier that I was like, that's actually really cool. And if the game was nice, I would have got it. I don't think it was the figure. It was like a plush or something. Yeah, this little guy, I would have got him. But the rest of the game ended up being shit, you know? And took a back seat to this stuff. Like I would have got that easy. I would have got me some Boris. Boris is cool. But I know what I'm supporting, right? You went to Miracle Station at level 14. Sometimes it soft lock you under the station. Yo, sick. Absolutely sick. Doesn't excuse the game, let it be unplayable. Exactly. Now, to be fair, I will say this. They're separate teams, right? Like, obviously, if one's, as we found out, one's suing the other, they're clearly different teams, right? Yo, hold on, let me see it. Boyle, thank you so much for the follow, friend. I appreciate that. Yeah, if this is like you don't put the horse or put the carriage before the horse. One's got to go first. 11th round, yes. One of these things has to go first. They just have to. Yeah, I feel like I just want to wrap up I want to wrap this up because this has been a long rabbit hole. Like here's the thing, I don't like supporting shit like that. I haven't bought any of the new shit, but I still have the blanket and shirt plush that I originally bought and always will. Yeah, it's just like I was saying earlier, like you're just making a choice, right? Like you don't like supporting it, but you did, you know? It's like when you vote for someone and they go into office and they make different decisions than what you wanted, right? Like you wanted to support them, right? And they went and did something that you didn't agree with, and you're like, shit, man, I voted for you. What the hell? That happens all the time in politics. That's a thing that happens. You voted with your dollar and they did something that you didn't want. Now, if you continue to buy that stuff, if you continue to go into it, then you're voting with your dollar. You can't feign ignorance after you know. You know? After you know, you can't feign ignorance anymore. Not the modern actions or releases. Exactly, Vex. I think that's a good way to put it. Support what you have. You can still love what you have. Like if I had just like found Boris cute and had already bought this and had it back there, I wouldn't take it down or anything. I wouldn't be like, I gotta burn my Boris doll. Like I wouldn't do that. But like, if I certainly wouldn't, after my experience, go buy something from here. You know, I wouldn't do that because I know what I'm voting for. So if you know and you buy this stuff, like I don't think there's a lot that's very defendable. You know, if you knew better, if you knew that like Mob Games was shoveling NFTs and like their chapter 2 was a broken mess, and you still keep buying stuff from them, like bro, what are you doing? You know better. What is the excuse? What is the excuse then? What is the cop out? Like what is? Like, I don't think there is one. Like, if you know better, and you buy this stuff anyway, you see this where they minted 30,000 NFTs, and you go here and you buy something, you're putting money in their pocket. That's what you're doing. You're putting money in their pocket. And that's just real life, man. That's what you're doing. If you're cool with that, you can sleep with that, like that's your choice. I wish you wouldn't, but I can't control you. I just can't. But that's your decision. That's what you're that's what you're into. That's what you're endorsing, whether you like it or not. And that's just the truth of it. That's just how it is. Yeah. Trying to wrap up this conversation. trying to put a cap on it. I would rather have games like Mortuary Assistant that only has like what 4 things that you can buy, because they cared more about the quality of the game and making a unique and interesting experience different from other games on the market, and makes the market a better place and the community and the consumers happier than the next big cash cow kids horror game that clearly is focused around the merch, and the quality of the product suffers, because what that'll do is just encourage more indie devs to only chase getting as much merch out there as possible, as opposed to actually making a good quality game. And I think that is bad for not only us as the consumers, but bad for the community of people that make those games, and that making games is their passion. So yeah, I think that's how I feel about it. Yep. Good conversation, guys. That lasted a while. that was a long time. That's good. That was fun. Ooh, that was a long one. That was a long rabbit hole. But I'm not sad at all. That was a great stream. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun, and I'm glad we were able to do some fun stuff. I may chop that up and put it on the YouTube, to be honest. That way everybody can partake in the conversation. It makes me sick even looking at that, because I was just closing the tab where it's like 30,000 minted things. I'm like, you son of a bitch. You get those NFTs out of the horror community. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys.